Self-defense is a countermeasure that involves defending the health and well-being of oneself from harm. The use of right of self-defense as a legal justification for the use of force in times of danger is available in many jurisdictions, but the interpretation varies widely. Physical self-defense is the use of physical force to counter an immediate threat of violence. Such force can either be armed or unarmed. In either case, the chances of success depend on a large number of parameters related to the severity of the threat on one hand, but also on the mental and physical preparedness of the defender. Unarmed. Many styles of martial arts are practiced for self-defense or include self-defense techniques. Some styles train primarily for self-defense, while other martial or combat sports can be effectively applied for self-defense. Some martial arts train how to escape from a knife or gun situation or how to break away from a punch, while others train how to attack. To provide more practical self-defense, many modern-day martial arts schools now use a combination of martial arts styles and techniques and will often customize self-defense training to suit the participants' lifestyle, occupations, age groups, and gender, and physical and mental capabilities. Armed. A wide variety of weapons can be used for self-defense. The most suitable depends on the threat presented, the victim or victims, and the experience of the defender. Legal restrictions also greatly influence self-defense options. In many cases, there are also legal restrictions. While in some jurisdictions firearms may be carried openly or concealed expressly for this purpose, there are also jurisdictions with tight restrictions on who can own firearms and what types they can own. Knives, especially those categorized as switchblades, may also be controlled, as may batons, pepper spray, and personal stun guns and tasers, although some may be legal to carry with a license or for certain professions. Non-injurious water-based self-defense indelible dye marker sprays or ID maker or DNA marker sprays linking a suspect to a crime scene would in most places be legal to own and carry. Everyday objects such as flashlights, baseball bats, newspapers, key rings with keys, kitchen utensils and other tools, and hairspray aerosol cans in combination with a lighter can also be used as improvised weapon for self-defense. Tie wraps double as an effective restraint. Weapons such as the kubotan pocket stick have been built for ease of carry and to resemble everyday objects. Ballpoint pen knives, sword sticks, cane guns, and modified umbrellas are similar categories of concealed self-defense weapons that serve a dual purpose. Widely considered one of the most effective and practical forms of self-defense is Krav Maga, not technically a martial art but rather a tactical defense system. Martial arts tend not to change, but Krav Maga is constantly developing. Originally developed in the late 1930s by a Hungarian-born Israeli martial artist Emrich Emi Leichenfield, it was used by the Israeli army before being redeveloped for civilian use in 1960s. Krav Maga translates in unarmed combat and was designed to be learned very quickly. It's based on natural reactions. Krav Maga takes your natural instincts and makes them more efficient and effective. Whereas Krav Maga teaches women and men alike to defend themselves against all types of attacks. It's not just about fighting, it focuses on prevention and being aware. The moves are simple and taught in a repetitive way in order to change your muscle memory. To really drill the moves into a person and make them become second nature, you have to keep practicing, but does not take years and years. Krav Maga really works too. A couple of years ago, a 12-year-old girl was on her way home from one of Brendler's Krav Maga classes. As she walked down a quiet residential street in the dark, she suddenly felt a large hand on her shoulder and a man grabbing her from behind. Instinctively, her Krav Maga training kicked in. She turned around, kneed him in the groin, and ran off. Krav Maga isn't about winning a fight, it's about doing enough to get away. Avoidance is the first step in the Krav Maga timeline. Avoid, prevent, de-escalate, defend, fight if necessary, then run. The system does not advise starting fights but is designed to fill in the blanks that inevitably come when you're scared and under stress. Although it takes a while to build muscle memory, there are certain basic moves that are easy to keep at the front of your mind and will help you free yourself from a dangerous situation. Krav Maga self-defense moves every woman should know. 1. Open hand strike. This move uses the heel of the hand to target some of the most vulnerable areas around a person's head, the face, eyes, and both front and back of the neck. As a punch-like action, it can hurt an attacker, or if you go for the eyes, it will seriously disturb them. Don't pull your arm back. Keep your elbow in front of your ribs, as this will warn the attacker of what's to come. 2. Kick to the groin. The groin is one of the most vulnerable points, not just for men but for women too. It's important to judge your distance though. If further away, a long-range attack, kick and aim to hit either with the tips of your toes or where your shoelaces would be. If you're closer, use your knee. Harper believes this is the most important move for a woman, fending off a male attacker. 3. 360 or outside defense. Attackers often take aim at their targets from behind or the sides by using a circular attack to slap, grab or punch. To combat this, use the side of the wrist to intercept and hit them in a similar position. By keeping your arm at the right angle, you can create a decent amount of space between yourself and the attacker. 4. Handbag grab or an aggressive grab. When either your arm, hand or bag is pulled with a force, the most important thing is to move with and use that energy. Instead of resisting and pulling away, use the attacker's energy to strike or kick them. 5. Attack from the ground. If you found yourself on the floor, judge your distance and then kick the assailant back. If they are directly above, kick them with both feet at once, thrusting your hips off the floor for extra power, and then get up and run away as quickly as possible. It's time to take back the streets and feel strong.
My name is Kisada Kanchanawat. I have many different names. I'm half Tibetan, half Thai, and also Nepali. Basically, many people know me as Miki Dai, and I've been in Nepal since I was 8. Right now, I am 41, so you can do the maths. I don't really like to do it so much. And I spent some time in about 3 years in Nepali school in Future Star, and after that, I went to Kalimpong for my further study on Tibetan philosophy, and I did my major in NGO management and performance sports. As a child in Thailand, we are trained to do Muay Thai. Even though it's not about sports for us, it's more about culture, like how a Nepali person would know how to use a kukri. So for that, we believe that as a Thai, you should know the basic of Muay Thai. So it would be from childhood. The main thing that what you need is the will. Will is very important because the will is going to keep you consistency, that keep on coming. Even that maybe you come to the camp, to the boxing camp, Muay Thai camp or the gym, even if you don't want to work out, you just come there and you see your friends who are talking about fitness, keeping themselves up. Slowly they will generate you energy to move on with the workout and practices. Personally, I've established Nepal Hip Hop Foundation, which is related to the breakdance and community of Nepal. So we started with, it was a Nepal Sport Dance Institute. So I came up with the concept of that we're going to use hip hop to promote healthy youth and mainly against drugs. Youth saying no to drugs by using hip hop and b-boying. So that's how I established one. And after that, I've been working with search and rescue, urban search and rescue training. We had a very good instructor. His name is Dr. Beirut. He came from Iran, and he was here. He came here during of our earthquake, and because of he saw the infrastructure of what have been damaged in the area, he decided to stay longer. And then we met him. Together with him, we work with lots of Buddhist monasteries in Bauda, Swayambhu, and up in Namu Buddha. Also, so that's where we train nuns and monks to not just pray for the soul, but also to rescue the people who are in the situation. So far we have about 1,000 to 1,500 members around who knows how to do basic rescue and CPR, first aid. We go to different monasteries. Now we have a team all over Kathmandu, which about the monks and nuns that's around Kathmandu. I would consider myself more of a health coach, where I sit down and talk to my clients, to my friends, when they talk about, oh, Miki, how did you manage to bounce back? You know, when a trainer gives you a program and a diet chart, but somehow or the other you still cannot do it for some reason. So I'm the one, I would go in there and sit down and just simply like a chat with the person, and then figure out, maybe it's a family, maybe it's a timing, maybe the food, you know, so many reasons that I have to figure it out and fix that so that they can go back to their program and continue with the workout. Basically, MMA is something that comes from the term of that you mix different kind of martial arts combined together and you fight with each other in the octagon. But basically it's divided to three parts. You have the striking, you have the takedowns, and you have the submission, which for my background is from Muay Thai as a striking, and takedown is from BJJ, and submission also is from BJJ. BJJ is a short form of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or nowadays you would say grappling. There are many terms in the grappling. You can use Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai, or there's technique that you use boxing, wrestling, that is combined to ground and pound. So basically you lift someone, put the person on the ground, and you just start pounding. I think my first travel was when I was 3. My mom put me on a flight from Thailand to visit my grandparents in Nepal and India. So at that time, I don't really remember it very clearly, but I think you feel the insecureness when you're alone. The young, person, you see everyone look tall at that time. Even she's the 5'4", 4'5", I'm like small one. So I think that builds up the sense of, okay, I got to do something. It's not about harming others. That's what basically I think nowadays people misunderstand of self-defense. When you do self-defense, it's basically you stop the attackers and you make sure the person cannot re-attack you again, and you get out of the situation. All right? You don't throw someone down, and when the person is down and you go, come on, get up, let's have some more fight. No, you want to get out of that situation, more like. So back to why I'm so into self-defense is that I'm against the concept of domestic violence in any form, whether it's child, whether it's woman, or whether it's people with disadvantages. I'm totally against that. So that's what I've been promoting more or less, is that when you, as a human being, right, we have a sense over here that you don't harm someone who's younger than you, who's weaker than you, right? Even a dog. The male dog hardly bite a female. Why as a human do we do that? So that's what's encouraged me to move on to start the self-defense project. Obviously there's many different ways of striking a person, right? There's coming from above, there's thing that's called stab, right? And there's thing that's like slash, right? So you have 1, 2, and 3, right? So at this time we're going to work with the first position, right? So in this I'm going to combine, I'm going to stop myself, I'm going to stop the attack, I'm going to stop the attack by. So basically in the street what we instinct is that either fight or flight. Those are the human instinct, what we do, two things. Either you go charge a person or you run away from the person. So in this case I'm going to use my fight instinct, where he's going to strike above the head over here or anywhere. So instead of moving out, I'm moving close. So this part, you see all these, the sharpness is away from my body. He's going to push more, push. The more he pushes, the more he's going to slide out. Right? So now I'm in a safe zone where anywhere, I can grab it here with my elbow to the face, and now I'm going to take him down. Right? It looks pretty much like a Hollywood movie, but that's what I am. So here, now in this position, I've stopped the person from getting up again. If he tries to get up again, he can't, right? So now what I do, I will try to stop him to getting up to and chase me. So I might hit him here, or just, if you have an earring, pinch your ear, rip it out. If you have the hair, lift it, right? You go here and bam. Right? Still not enough, elbow to the face, but for now, let's just pull. Slam the ear, hit, make sure that he or she cannot get up. In this case, he. And I'm going to disarm his weapon, turn it out, take it out here, I walk away, right? I'm not going to go here, hey, Aiza, mati. No, I'm not going to do that. I want to get out of the situation as fast as possible. Stab is something that you got to be very careful, because it's a long distance, right? So the only thing is either two things, either you move, step, still can follow. So you're going to move away from the point. Again, step, right? So you cannot just move around, make it very short and fast. Go. One is here, so I'm free. So now for this thing to come towards me is not possible. He tried to push me. See that? It's out. Right? Now maybe he want to pass the other hand. I got the two of it. From here I can go do the throw. It's from the judo, or it's just an instinct that you come in and just. Yeah. So when you have the slice position, move in. You move in. Ending you have, bam. If you're a girl, you have those nails. It's not only for nail polish. Grab the eye, rip it off, the nose. Yeah? You got it? And there's the right punch. What I want to achieve is that to be a person that anyone can come up to and ask for an advice, or I can give an advice regarding their health and fitness.